Okay, the executive committee meeting being held on January 27th, 2026 has been transitioned to fully remote based on Executive Order number 57 issued by Governor Hochul on January 23rd, 2026. The basis of transitioning to fully remote is based on the frigid temperatures, dangerously cold wind chills, and heavy snowfall that has transpired over the last few days. The end.
Thank you, Samantha, for that. Want to begin by saying good afternoon, and I'll start with a point of personal privilege to Frank and to Kevin and the folks that represent us on the custodial staff and cleaners in our schools who made sure that our children are safe getting into school buildings and cleared and prepped things for us. Just want to say thank you to Frank and Kevin and the custodial staffs throughout the New York City who we represent here at BERS. So I want to begin with that.
I want to echo that same sentiment from the New York City Department of Education and Chancellor Kamar Samuels. Thank you for all the hard work and thank you for making it happen. While we were remote yesterday, kids are back in school today, and I know parents appreciate that. The kids might not, but I know the parents do.
Thank you all. Yeah, welcome to the 2026 January Executive Committee meeting of the Board of Ed Retirement System. Today is Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. The time is now 12:36. Please be reminded that the committee meeting is being recorded and will be posted to the BERS YouTube channel. I will now begin the meeting by calling the roll. Frank Sarabella.
Present.
Donald Nesbitt, present. Craig Faulkner.
Present.
Anthony Giannano. Not here yet. Karina Pollen.
Present.
We have quorum. I would also like to note for the record, I actually can't see across the screen. Are there any other trustees, Salil, that are here?
Well, there's Doris.
Yep.
Amy.
And Amy Slattery and John.
Hi, I'm here, Amy Slattery.
Hey, how are you? Amy's here.
I'm doing
Slattery,
well.
and John Dorser is here.
Hi.
Both representing Controller Levine.
Yeah.
Alice is here.
Both are in attendance, and Alice Ho is here representing the mayor. Correct? Alice is an alternate?
Yes, I'm an alternate.
Correct, right? Yes.
Anyone else speak up because my screen's too small to see everyone fast enough?
Okay, yeah, I can't actually see folks, so apologies in advance if I can't get to you. I just can't see everyone across the screen. I have about 5 or 6 boxes, and that's all.
I would also just ask, as people make motions, that they state their names for the record, so that we have know who's making the motion and who's seconding it. Please.
Thank you. Agenda item number 1 is to consider the minutes from the December 18, 2025 Executive Committee meeting, which were included in a package sent prior to this meeting. May I have a motion to approve these minutes?
Karina Pollen, so moved.
Do we have a second?
Second. Frank Sarabella.
Motion made by Karine, second by Frank Sarabella. Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor, please say if you're in favor by the sound of aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries. Next is introductory comments and other updates by Innovation and Risk Department Lead Salil Mehta. Salil.
Hi, thank you. So I'll keep this brief so that we can move on to the rest of the items. But I do normally in October time give a quick preview of the private market plans. It's been delayed a few months this go around because of the transition in consultants. Makita has been a partial year during the last calendar year. They've submitted information which they'll present in February on their pacing plans, but just to give a quick background, Oh, and by the way, there's a lot of people all online. So if you're able to mute if you're not speaking, that would prevent compounded chatter and noise for everyone. So right now, the plans, very normal assumptions that they're using, 5% long-term growth assumptions, which is calibrated to how these plans have been with our consultants. It'll be down slightly, perhaps in the central scenario for PE, OFI, and infrastructure, and maybe flat in RE, but they'll show their plans next month. And I just wanted to mention the public markets did grow reasonably over the last year. So we should have a negative denominator effect in theory, although our overweights did increase a little in private markets total and relative to the other plans. In fact, today, right before the meeting, the S&P hit an all-time high. So nothing here is alarming. We are closer than the other four system plans to the basket clause limit, but still reasonably off from that threshold. And the one-year numbers that Makita has provided to BAM, because in BAM's quarterly report, they were all NAs, and Alice had mentioned this in the meeting, but they've given it to Dan, and we're still reconciling the benchmarks used, but it's private equity 7.7%, real estate 3.5%, OFI 10.3%, and infrastructure over the last 1 year was 14%. And all that comes to a 5-year return that is roughly right at target. It's a little bit higher or lower depending on which performance report you look at and how much they account for recent revisions in the private markets, but we're literally right there. So those are my only comments for this section.
Thank you, Salil. Are there any questions for Salil?
Donald, just want to note that Mahisha has joined us.
Yes, Mahisha has joined us for the record. Thank you, Sandy. Any questions for Salil? Seeing no questions for Salil, thank you, Salil, for the update presented to the executive committee. Now we begin a draft resolution review on future investments was discussed and moved to the full executive board. During the executive session, we reviewed 2 private equity investments. We approved one, we declined the other. This is the last item on the agenda for today's executive committee meeting. The next scheduled executive committee meeting is February 24th at 12:30 p.m. May I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
Motion made by Corrine, second by Alice Ho. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting, please indicate by the sound of aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed and want to be on for another hour? Seeing none, the motion carries. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank
Thanks,
you
folks.
all